Hi, today I'm going to share with you my favorite book. It's a book by Daniel Wong called The Happy Student. I was introduced to Daniel Wong when I first had my experience of coaching, and I paid him about $700 for an hour of coaching. Now, you might find that ridiculous, and it's up to you whether you want to do that particular piece of coaching, but during my first coaching session with him, he gave me this book. And this has proved to be the most useful book and the most impactful book in my life. And today I want to share with you the 4 concepts that are written in Daniel's book and how it has helped me, but more importantly, how it can help you. Well, the first thing when you see in Daniel's book is that he shares about his own personal story of how he went from being an A-star student, an academic scholar, to realizing that despite achieving all these things, he never found a sense of purpose. Now that might sound surprising, isn't it? Like, you have a girlfriend, you have a great scholarship, you study for free at a US university, that's estimated at about 500,000 US dollars. You have a great family. Why wouldn't you be happy from that? And through that search, Daniel actually found 4 important concepts that would help people to live a more meaningful, purposeful, and fulfilling life. And in The Happy Student, he gives us this framework. Well, the first important thing is to think about what success means for you. What does success mean for you? Today you might be thinking, well, success for me is having a great girlfriend, or it might be having great grades, or it might be having a fantastic job with a huge pay so that I'll be able to buy the things that I want. Whatever it is, your definition of success is not an endpoint, but it's an action. It is something that you do, and it is a process. Focusing on process leads you to success. Let me say this again. Focusing on process leads you to success. If your definition of success is based on the actions that you do, then today you can be a success. For example, success might be living courageously according to your values of integrity and honesty, showing up day after day whether or not you like it. That means that if today you lived according to that definition of success, you are successful already. The second part in Daniel's book is to elucidate what your values are. Very often we think of values as something vague, but values are actually your anchor. Today ask yourself, what are your top 3 values? Because we can have like 10, 20 values, but ultimately it is the top 3 ranked that will enable you to make difficult decisions. So for example, if you prided honesty over loyalty, today if you saw something dishonest happening at your company, even if it meant losing your job, you would report it and whistleblow, because living according to your values of honesty allows you to make that difficult call. So knowing your values is very important. The third aspect of Daniel's book looks at this idea of what you want to be remembered for when you die. In Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he also talks about starting with the end in mind. Here Daniel talks about how you would want people to remember you at your funeral. What you want people to say? What would they say? When you start thinking towards that, and you start aligning yourself to that vision of what you want to be remembered for, what your legacy will be, then it starts being clearer how you live your life day to day, month by month, year by year, so that at the end of your life, you leave a legacy that you are proud of. The last aspect of Daniel's book is your purpose. Now you can see that right here on this playground, I'm on quite shaky ground. And actually, at the end of the day, uncertainties are going to happen in your life, whether it is your purpose and your mission that is going to keep you aligned. Very often as young people, you might think that, oh, it's impossible to find out my calling and my purpose. But in Daniel's guided exercises, he asks you what your strengths. What are things that you've enjoyed doing? What are you interested in? And how do you see yourself contributing to this world? You know, this set of 4 questions do help you to craft a mission and a purpose statement for your life that will help you to live more congruently and more powerfully in today's seas of change. Well, today you can listen to this and wonder, how does this apply to me? Well, if you only took away one thing, I want you to take away this, that it is a process of progress that matters, not perfection. That when you emphasize on the process of progress, celebrating each and every step that you take, however tiny, to your goal, and that you make it a continuous habit of celebrating the progress you have, then it becomes a lot more meaningful over the long run compared to the small things that you chase each and every day. It is about having that process and sticking to that process that will work. It is not about trying some newfangled tactic or self-help method, but it is about sticking to a process and not changing along the way. At the end of the day, it is your anchors of your values and your purpose that will keep you steady on the boat in the seas of change. I hope this helps, and let me know what you thought in the comments below.